Yes, sir.
Yeah, I have a cousin, and she wants to know, her husband was 16 years of service, and he's retired, and he has a bad case of dementia. He can't remember stuff. And she wants to know how can she apply for veterans disability.
First of all, she got to make sure, you got to make sure that you got some legal documentation saying that you can make decisions for that person. Especially when it comes to compensation in the federal government. Before you even sit down and talk to you, you got to bring something in to show that you owe that person a favor. You can go ahead to the courthouse and get that paper. Once you got that paperwork, and she got the DD form 214, she could file on his behalf. Go ahead and check out his services for him on his behalf. And that person don't have to be there. She just need that paper in her hand. And then if she don't have the DD form 214, just like that military jacket, she get the form and send off for it. She can send off for it as the next kid. And then once she get it, if she need it, then she can go to the courthouse and get that paperwork that she needs.
Do she need a power of attorney
For
the file for disability?
right, she needs legal documentation saying that she's his guardian.
Right.
That's what she needs.
Power of attorney.
Yeah, and they have to state in there that she's his guardian over those type of matters,
Okay.
along with his finances. Yeah. Oh, let me say one more thing. Some of us out here that we listen to people, or we listen to some of the lawyers on keep saying this issue, that issue, whatever. Just remember this. If you get a lawyer to do anything for you dealing with compensation as far as your benefits, you're really hurting yourself. Because most of those lawyers, they're going to get paid a certain percentage of what you get. And then they get it for sometimes for the next 6 months or sometimes up to a year of what you're receiving. And actually, you're doing all the footwork for them. They asking you to get certain documents taken care of. And as long as you have a lawyer, no one else will assist you, because the way it works is that you can only have one power of attorney over your claim paperwork at a time. And that's because of the privacy of your information. And it's not saying that you can't get it changed, but with an organization or the State Department, which falls under American Institute, is that it's easy for us to do all we can do about another form, fill it out and actually sign it, and then right then and there we can continue to help you. But with a lawyer, you need a letter from him where they say that they no longer represent you and that you do not owe them any money. Then they would drop them off your paperwork. And I just love some of y'all. And love the pat stuff. I don't know how many of y'all remember the old appeal system that they used to have. If you have any claim up under that old appeal system, leave it there. Leave it there. Do not touch it. Because that's where your retroactive money is going to come from. If you try to switch it over to this new appeal system here, you're going to lose out. And yes, those appeals are still out there and they're still working on it. That's where you hear the people come back and they go, they almost got $500 million. That's from that old appeal system. That's why they got rid of it. Because that appeal system really took you back to the beginning. When you filed something in an appeal. The new appeal system is going to do it the same way. So keep that in mind, everybody out there got something in that old appeal system. It's still open. Any other questions? Yes, sir.
Okay,
If anything happened to me, right, to where I get dementia, I lose my mind and I can't remember, right? And my wife gets to take care of me, right? Will she become my caretaker and will she be compensated for it?
If she put that paperwork in, she will. She got to put it, but it's not nothing is automatic. It's something that you always have to do. And you always have to sign something. So if you're deciding on somebody will take care of it, take care of it. It's not paperwork. You always have to pay for it. So I guess.
I wouldn't want her to take care of me. I told her, I said, if I get to the point where I get too old, I can't take care of myself, just send me to the VA. But she said no. So she wanted to take care of me, but that's her choice. But I at least want her to get something for it,
But the point is that if you're in a VA facility, she's not going to get anything. This is why. It's a federal agency and they already take care of her. Okay? But that compensation check you get, she will still get that. Because she still got the deal. So they're not going to take all that away from her. That's just like somebody that's incarcerated. A lot of them don't understand. We got to be smart. When you know you're going to go to jail, they're going to sentence you. You got to do like the other folks do. You got to ask for that time to put your stuff in order. And they give you a couple of months. Now what that means is that you get 100%. And you don't want them to take it all back and give you that 10%. You need to do that paperwork and call a portion and say that my car still paid, still got to pay, my mortgage still got to pay, my bills got to pay. I want this money to go to, and you name that person that's going to handle your affairs. And that's not just a compensation, that's with anything.
So
We have that option if you go to jail, you know you're going to be there more than 60 days. But 60 days is what stop your, that's the first day, what stop your compensation.
will she be entitled to some of my benefits if something should ever happen to me?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yes.
I have called Benifites myself and I asked them that question.
Okay,
And they said that no, the only thing she'll be entitled to is my social security. Some of that.
Benifites is different. It depends on what you're talking about. Okay? If it's your retirement from the military, when I was in the military, and you got out, and you was married, and you didn't go get that retention pay. Your spouse had to be there to sign the waiver if you wasn't going to put her on it so that she could get that after if something was to happen to you, they had to sign. Okay? If they sign that, she gets something from DFAS as far as your retirement pay. If not, nothing comes from that retirement pay other than what's left over from where they owed you from the money that you passed away. Okay? With compensation, the way that works is that you get what they call DIC, and that's where that veteran death certificate have one of the causes on there of them passing away. Regardless of how much money she got, she gonna get a check. Plus, she got some other benefits that still go for the spouse, like dry care and stuff like that. So yes, they will get stuff, but it is a situation that they don't get anything because their name is not on it. That's why they got keep that thing for 214 in the backyard area for the tree. Because you know where it's at. And when you get that dimension, he ain't gonna know. He was in that back room. Any other questions?
Is there any more questions? All right.
All right.
Can I say something?
Right here.
My service-connected disability, right? It has started to trigger another problem that I have.
long as you got medical documentation that it is a secondary condition of the condition you have. And when I mean by evidence, that you have to have something in your treatment record to say that it is secondary. You know, when you go to your doctor, one thing that you know in this whole health thing now, because we charge our health, you still have to be careful. You have to know who your doctor is too, doctor. You can't go and tell your doctor what's wrong with you. You got to say it in the way to your doctor word, and you go to that doctor and say, you know what? I've been having this issue, and this is what's going on, but I can't figure out what it is, and it started like this, and this is how it's going, and then let that doctor go ahead and put two and two together so you can put it in your record. You can't tell that doctor the issues you have. And you know, a lot of us, we like to say, well, I'm in pain, and it just always hurts. That's the wrong answer. You have to come and say how it started. You know, I had this good falling that in my leg, and then, you know, it just hit numb. I can't even walk. I don't know what's going on. And this is what I have to do. You know, you got to kind of break it down and give them the definition and explain, give them the actual words of the type of pain that you're in and how long it lasts. And that it's all the time, long time, it's the wrong answer. It's not giving them enough information. So yeah, you can do secondary. Any other questions?
Can I say something?
Yes, sir.
If you have a relative that's been in the military, you need to, information that you get from here, you need to take it to them. I'm going to give you an instance. My sister-in-law was in the military, retired 20 years, did not go and apply for her VA benefits. Well, I encouraged her to go. Her family was pushing. She did not go. I went in as a family member and encouraged her to go. I carried her up there, got her signed for her benefits, and at the same time had a physical done. Within that physical that was taking place, she found out she had to have a heart operation. She had a triple bypass. If she wouldn't have went up there to file for those benefits, she would have been paying for all that. The military took care of her. And like for me, I'm a counselor. I went in, I filed for my benefits when I got out, but never took advantage of it. But when I found out that I had cancer, and they told me I needed, for each treatment, $4,000 for each treatment, I ran to the VA. And when I went there, they told me they could not cover me because I was being treated by the civilian world. But once I found that information, I cut it off, and the VA took over my treatment. And when I went into that program, the cancer program, as of today, I'm a 10-year survivor for cancer. But after being treated for 6 years for cancer, I then had to have a bone marrow transplant. They took care of that. No payments. And as of today, I'm up under the VA plan for treatment. So if you got family members you know they serve, get them into the VA program, enroll into it anyway, in case they might have a medical problem. Just like Jack said, he had relatives. Get them in there because they could help save them money. Thank you.
And just to add, to piggyback off that, just to let you know that when what happened, that's because I laid the mic down. I apologize. When I can't figure the act right now, it comes to me in a little while. You could be enrolled in the VA hospital and still go to an outside doctor. Okay, the key is that you have to once you get assigned to the VA hospital, and you got a primary care doctor. And let's say that, even though they have that service there, you're not happy with the type of service that you're getting. Because some of us old school, and we really like that personal care that talk to me, you know, back and forth type of care, and don't like to be rushed like cattle. Okay? You can ask to be seen somewhere else. And that is called a consult. You let your doctor know, I want a consult, I want to go to see Dr. Smith at so-and-so. You can get that, it's your right. You get that consult. And then when you get that consult, you make sure that whatever you're going to that doctor for, read it. See how long you can go to that doctor for. Most of them give you a year. That way, that doctor can make your appointment throughout the year and you're not getting billed for it. Now, if that doctor decides that they want you to go see a specialist, you make sure you go back to your primary care, let them know an appointment was made for you to go see this doctor on this day here by the doctor you're going to. So they can put that referral in. If not, you got to pay for that doctor. Because you can get permission as far as that referral to go to that other doctor. But you can go to another specialist. You just, sometimes it takes a little bit of leg work, but they give it to you, they give it to you for a length of time. Yes, sir. Yeah, the Veteran Choice Program, that's what I was saying. Ever since the Veteran Choice Program came out, which is still in effect, and they don't talk about it anymore, that's what they mean by the Veteran Choice Program. But you have to be enrolled in the VA hospital. Do y'all know that VA got a program that, say you got a veteran at home or a veteran that stays so far away, they can't get to the VA hospital. Do you know they got a VA pack clinic that will come to your house? But you know how you get that done? Through that primary, you get that primary care doctor first. You ask them for a consult for the doctor or for the nurse to come to your house. Once they come to your house, guess what? All your service is directed to an outpatient where they all come to your house like back in the day. During my mother's time, not my time. The doctor came to make house calls. They come into your house now. They got that service at the VA. But a lot of don't use it. Okay? So I think I'm running out of time. I'm cut short. We're going to do one more question. I got to go.
Okay, I just have one small question. Okay, my brother is a veteran, and he's exposed to Agent Orange. And my sister-in-law, she's taking care of him at home now, and he's a dialysis patient. And he's totally blind in one eye and going blind in the other. Okay, she got with the VA, and they sent a caregiver out there to help her with him. And she caught that caregiver mistreating him in a physical manner. And of course, she kicked him out. Now she's afraid to have anyone come there to take care of him except close family. And I'm the only one that's available to do it. I'm on disability myself, so how could she fix it to where I could be the one to take care of him, but yet not interfere with my disability? Is that possible?
Yeah, you put it on the care program. Does that ever want to put you down to primary care?
Okay, but that won't interfere with my disability.
No, ma'am.
Last question.
Ms. Jones, would you explain to us the difference between the DAV and the VA? Because when I first started, and the importance of joining the DAV, when I first started, I had trouble understanding. I was talking to somebody at the DAV, and I thought that was the VA itself, but that was two different organizations, right?
Okay. DAV, Disabled American Veteran, is an organization. It's an organization just like American Legion, the VFW, American Legion, Purple Heart Association. They are organizations, non-profit organizations that assist veterans, and everybody specializes in something different, and some of it's the same. The VA is Veterans Affairs. Veterans Affairs is broken down into three areas. You got Veterans Affairs, benefits, federal. They deal with benefits. You got Veterans Affairs, healthcare. That's your healthcare. That's what they do. And then you got burial. That's the difference. Veterans Affairs. All three of those are different. That's the government. That's Veterans Affairs. VAB, American Legion, Purple Heart Association, all of, we are organizations. Some like sororities. Your organization, but we deal with veterans. That's it.